Greetings, First Presbyterian Church family. This is actually Thursday that I'm recording Thursday Thoughts on December 8th. You can see that I am I hope, or maybe you can tell, I'm here at the square in Mesquite. And it is rainy, so I'm in the gazebo. And you can kind of see the gazebo now, a little bit of the edges. Not exactly what I envisioned this one to be. And now there's about, as my granny would say, maybe enough blue sky to make an Irishman a pair of pants, but that just may be a moment. I.e. that means just very little. If there's a lot of blue sky, you said there's enough blue sky to make a Dutchman a pair of pants. That's Dutchman supposedly wore very baggy pants, as she said, thinking of the traditional, like obviously the Irish leprechaun or something. They got little short pants. That's an old folks saying, North Carolina, at least where she grew up, and I have no idea besides that. Over there, I'm gonna see if I can scan in a little bit. Okay. Heritage Plaza, and there they have got, you really can't scan in well. Maybe you can tell, they've got there, it says Mesquite, the different fonts for the city, about 3 different fonts used as based on how one is promoting the town. Located there is the downtown Mesquite Inc. And I think the chamber is also moving over there, has moved there, and a third group using that building. And there's another building here that I've been told has been either been purchased or leased by a someone who does a lot of I think that's some properties in Deep Ellum, does a lot of renovating and improvising, and hopefully something will be there soon. Seeing life come up here, that's here, and I think that fits well for my theme for the day. Looking at love is a candle, but in the book that I have been using, here really speaks about a little bit of hope, but I think here that talks about the light of the world. Today is very overcast, and of course circumstances do not brighten enough that I can speak on Tuesday, as I've been doing lately. So maybe there's some symbolism in that. Gentleman writes and says, growing up in a small town in Alaska, I was well acquainted with darkness. In the depths of the winter, a mere few hours of sunlight each day would quickly give way to the long, unforgiving nights, and the effects of the darkness went beyond the inconvenience of shoveling the driveway under artificial light. The long winters of Alaska produce isolation, depression, and sometimes despair. In the darkness, there is no vision, no direction, and no purpose. Isaiah 8 tells of a time when Israel was well acquainted with darkness, under the threat of an invasion by an international superpower, Assyria, in modern-day Iraq. God's people were in a place of fear and dread. Rather than turning to God as their hope, they doubled down on their fear by embracing conspiracies and consulting with occultic mediums, which led them only deeper into utter darkness. And yet amid this distress, the prophet Isaiah proclaims that the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. Despite their own attempts to claw their way out of the darkness, a light has dawned upon them. And what is this light? Who could bring hope amid utter darkness? And Isaiah declares, for unto us a child is born. While a child is certainly no match for the Assyrian military, this child is different. The son will grow up to be a king who will rule with righteousness and justice. Though he will reign from David's throne, his kingdom will extend to the ends of the earth and will be established for all eternity. Through this anointed child, not only will the light shine amid the darkness, but the light will overcome it. The promise given by Isaiah was ultimately fulfilled hundreds of years later when a son was born under the threat of another international superpower. Jesus is the light of the world, and while our world still remains in utter gloom, the light of the gospel shines bright amid the darkness. For this king reigns with grace and rules with love. Of his kingdom there will be no end. The winters in Alaska were harsh, but I have not told you about the summers. At the height of summer in Alaska, there is daylight 24 hours a day. That'd be above the Arctic Circle. No darkness, all light, so much joy. When Christ returns, he will make all things new. And the book of Revelation tells us that in the new creation, there will be no need for the sun, for the glory of God will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. We will walk in the light and experience the pure joy of Christ's kingdom forevermore. And so, as we look for the love of God, we see that in hope and in joy and in peace and in love, our focus for this Sunday. So I will see you all at church. Take care. Have a good week.